Welcome back to Thompson. Craig Keating here along with Dan Keating. Or welcome back to Hatton. Yes, Thompson will take on the Fargo Bombers. Anyway, Thompson taking on the Fargo Bombers. Game 2 today, as Thompson won the game they had to win to force this one. Thompson beat the Bombers 5-0 in Game 1 this afternoon. So we have Game 2 here. The Bombers and Thompson, and the lineups are going to be very similar both ways. In fact, Thompson's going with the same lineup as Game 1. The Bombers have just a switch with the DH and pitcher. So let's bring in the lineups. They're brought to you by the Goosefer Bank of Mayville, Hillsborough, and Hatton. This is for the Section 3 championship. And the winner moves on to the state tournament in Bottineau starting on Wednesday. For the visitors, the Fargo Bombers, they are now 44-15. Leading out for the Bombers would be the center fielder, Justin Fahey. Batting second in left field is Spencer Wolf. Hitting third will be the shortstop, Zach Broughton. Batting cleanup at first base, Brady Kays. Hitting fifth at third base is Christian Barnum. Batting sixth and catching is Andy Schweigert. The number 7 hitter will be the designated hitter, Ethan Mathern. He'll hit for the pitcher, Ryan Messerschmidt. Batting in the 8th spot is Tate Westby, the right fielder, and hitting ninth at second base is Andy Fisk. Luke Rusted, the coach of the Bombers, assisted by Bryant Bergeson and Randall Rusted. Well, we're just on our way. First pitch of the ball game to Justin Fahey, and he lays a nice bunt down the third base side, and he beats it out for an infield bunt single. So leadoff batter Justin Fahey reaches. He is now 5 for 12, 6 for 13 now. So try to get my math figured out here. Spencer Wolf be the batter, 4 for 14 in the tournament. There's a fly ball deep to left center field, and this one is gone, and it's a home run, 2 pitches, and a 2-0 lead for the Fargo Bombers as we are just underway. Haven't even given you the Thompson lineup yet, which we'll do in a moment. So on one pitch, Justin Fahey lays down a bunt single, and then Spencer Wolf on his first pitch he sees hits the 17th home run that we've had in this tournament. A 2-run homer, 2 pitches in the ball game, and already 2-0. By the way, Dave Swadlowski, who pitched a complete game in the first game today, is the starter for this game. He came into this game with an ERA in the tournament of 1.17. Zach Broughton will step in, 6 for 15 in the tournament, 6 runs scored and a run batted in. So nobody out, nobody on, and 2-0 Bombers here in the top of the first in the section championship. Pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Winner will play in Bottineau in the state tournament. Wine in the pitch. Ground ball to short, and it's off the glove of Randy Searstead as he tried to stretch for it, and that'll get through. We'll call that a hit. Just out of reach, went off the tip of the glove. So back-to-back-to-back hits. Brady Kays is the batter. Kays 7 for 11 here in Hatton at the section tournament. I'll get you the Thompson batting order in a moment, as I mentioned. Ground ball, slow roller, picked up by the pitcher Swadlowski, throw to second, and Randy Searstead covers for the out. That's the only play he'll have. As they get the lead runner, Zach Broughton, on a 1-6 putout for out number 1. Brady Kays reaches on a fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Christian Barnum, who's 9 for 16. 4 runs scored, 5 runs batted in, and he has 3 doubles here in Hatton. Thompson batting order, Matt Greek leads off, playing at second base, followed by Zach Kavit, the catcher, hitting third, the shortstop, Randy Searstead. Tyler Chemis in left field, bats cleanup. Hitting fifth is the center fielder, Aaron Chemis. Pitching is Dave Swadlowski, and he's hitting sixth. Batting seventh at third base, Brian Searstead. Marcus Bergstrom bats eighth and plays at first base, and hitting ninth, the right fielder, Casey Nelson. 0-2 here to Christian Barnum as he watches a couple of pitches from Dave Swadlowski. 1 on, 1 out. Top of 1. Bombers up 2-0 as we are just underway here in the section championship. And there's a line shot to first and a step on the bag for the double play, an unassisted double play at first by Bergstrom. For the Bombers, they get 2 runs on 3 hits, including a 2-run homer by Spencer Wolf. There were no Thompson errors and no Bomber runners left on base. We're through a half inning of play. Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. And it's the Bombers 2, Thompson coming to bat. We get ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Thompson will come to bat. They'll bring up Matt Greek, Zach Kavit, and Randy Searstead. Again, the Thompson batting order is identical to the Game 1 batting order, and the positions are all the same pitcher, the whole works there. For the Bombers, pretty similar. They go with a different pitcher this game. Ryan Messerschmidt is on the mound, and Ethan Mathern is the DH. Other than that, everything else the same in their lineup. Bombers with an early 2-0 lead through a half inning, as Justin Fahey had a bunt single on the first pitch of the game, and on the next pitch of the ball game, Spencer Wolf had a 2-run homer to left center field. So both runs were earned, charged to Swatlowski. So Matt Greek will step in. 4 for 17 here in Hatton. 3 runs scored, 3 runs batted in. 2 walks, a strikeout, and a double. First pitch from Messerschmidt on the way. A line shot right center field. It'll fall in for a base hit. It'll be played by Fahey in center field, and Matt Greek is on with a leadoff single. Brings up Zach Kavit, the catcher. He's now 5 for 14 at the plate. 5 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, a walk, 4 strikeouts, a hit by pitch. Brian Messerschmidt on the mound. He picked up the victory over Thompson 2 nights ago in relief. 2 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, no runs. So he has a win in the tournament. It was against this Thompson team. A right-handed thrower. Pitch just off the plate outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Zach Kavit. One ball, no strikes to Zach Kavit. As Messerschmidt's ready. Pitch on the way. Outside again, 2-0. Outfield left to right for the Bombers. It's Spencer Wolf, Justin Fahey, and Tate Westby. On the infield, Brady Kays at first. Andy Fisk at second. Christian Barnum at third. The shortstop, Zach Broughton. Andy Schweigert's the catcher. And the pitch from Messerschmidt is outside. 3-0 now to Zach Kavit. 1 on, nobody out for Thompson. Bottom of 1. And now a strike on the outside corner makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, Thompson took the first game today 5-0 to force this game. Winner moves on to the state tournament. There's a line shot in the right field for a hit. Greek takes a turnaround second. Now the ball got by the right fielder, and Greek's going to go to third base. And in at first is Zach Kavit. Give Kavit a single. Greek up to second, and then Greek moves to third on an error. Charge of the right fielder, Tate Westby. And all of a sudden, Thompson has runners at first and third, nobody out. The tying run is at first base. Randy Searstead will be the batter. Searstead in the tournament, 7 for 16 at the plate. 5 runs scored, 3 runs batted in. He has a double, 3 walks, and a strikeout. So runners at the corners, nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Thompson batting, trailing 2-0. And a fake both ways by Ryan Messerschmidt. First pitch, low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Messerschmidt is ready. Runner takes off for second. Pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Taking second base, Zach Kavit, as it's uncontested. So it's 1-1 now. One and 1 to Randy Searstead. Both runners are now in scoring position. Nobody out. So Thompson with an opportunity here to rectify things and tie, maybe take the lead. A 1-1. Ground ball foul, third base side toward the Bombers' dugout. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes to Randy Searstead. Messerschmidt checks with the catcher, Andy Schweigert. And the pitch. That one catches the inside corner for a called third strike. Randy Searstead's retired. First strikeout of the ball game for Messerschmidt. And there's 1 away in the bottom half of the first inning. Still runners at second and third. Zach Kravitz, the runner at second. Matt Greek, the runner at third base. And the batter will be Tyler Chemis. It's eerie how close the numbers are between Tyler Chemis and Aaron Chemis in this tournament. Here's a ground ball foul, 1 strike. Tyler Chemis is 10 for 17, 5 runs, 8 runs batted in, a double, 2 homers, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And Aaron Chemis' numbers when he comes up, they're very similar. Pitch, low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Chemis. Aaron Chemis is on deck. Messerschmidt takes a look back at second, and the pitch. Chopped toward third, scooped up there, throw to the plate, and they got him for the out. Barnum to Schweigert to get Greek at the plate, 5-2. For the second out, Tyler Chemis at first. Zach Kravitz moves to third base, so it's a fielder's choice. And there are 2 down, runners at the corners. Aaron Chemis will be the batter. Aaron Chemis is also coming into this game 10 for 17 at the plate. 7 runs scored, 8 runs batted in, has a double, 2 home runs, hit by a pitch once. Both Tyler and Aaron Chemis 10 for 17 coming into this game. Both had 8 runs batted in, both had a double, both had 2 homers. Aaron had 2 more runs scored. Tyler had a walk and a strikeout, and Aaron had a hit by pitch. So it's pretty similar numbers there. But they have both been key contributors in this section tournament. First pitch of the at-bat and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Thompson trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. They have runners at first and third and 2 out. Trailing the Bombers 2-0. A 2-run homer in the top half of the inning off the bat of Spencer Wolf on only the second pitch of the game. Ground ball toward third, scooped up by Barnum. He'll fire to first, and they get the out. 5-3 on the play. For Thompson, they get runners on in scoring position, but they are unable to score. They come up with no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left on base. We're through 1. Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard. The Fargo. Well, we get ready for the second inning. I want to go back to the bottom of the first. I said there were no errors on the Fargo Bombers. Take that back. There was 1 error in that bottom of the first, so the Bombers do have an error. So through 1 inning of play, Fargo Bombers with 2 runs on 3 hits. They've committed 1 error. And for Thompson, no runs on 2 hits and no errors. 2-0 Bombers through an inning. Top of the second, and Thompson trailing with the Bombers coming to bat here. They bring up Andy Schweigert, Ethan Mathern, and Tate Westby. 6, 7, and 8 batters in the order. And Andy Schweigert steps in, takes a pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Schweigert's hitting 2 for 10. 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, 3 walks. Ground ball, foul. He's been hit by a pitch once and has a sacrifice as well. Count to Schweigert is 1 ball, 1 strike. 17 home runs have now been hit in this Section 3 tournament in Hatton. Foul behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The difference so far here, a 2-run homer by Spencer Wolf. Justin Fahey on the first pitch of the game had a bunt single, and then Spencer Wolf on the second pitch of the game with a 2-run homer. Pitch down low for a ball, 2-2 now to Schweigert. Ethan Mathern is on deck. Here's the 2-2. And it's popped up first base side. Bergstrom coming in, and he'll make the catch. 1 away. And the batter will be the DH, Ethan Mathern, who hits for the Bombers pitcher, Ryan Messerschmidt. Mathern in the tournament 1 for 3 at the plate. 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Swadlowski gets into the windup, and time must have been called as the batter steps out for a moment. The umpire had not, I don't think the umpire gave him time because he was still crouched down, and then Swatlowski stopped the windup. Ground ball foul on the third base side. 0-1 to Mathern. Here's the wind and the 0-1. Line shot, just foul, third base side, and it's a 2-strike count. Earlier this afternoon here in Hatton, it was Thompson over the Bombers 5-0, which brings us to this Section 3 championship game. Winner goes to Bottineau in the state tournament. Down low, 1-2. Also earlier today, State Babe Ruth tournament in Harvey, it was Hope Finley winning 16-15 over Surrey in 8 innings. 2-2 now to Ethan Mathern. That was a wild ball game. Surrey committed just 1 error. Hope Finley committed 9 errors in all, and only 4 of the 15 runs given up were earned. Ground ball, it's going to get through for a base hit into left field. A 1-out single for Ethan Mathern. So with Hope Finley winning earlier today at the State Babe Ruth tournament, they are still alive. They're 1-1 in the tournament, and they play tomorrow at 11 a.m., which we'll have for you. Not sure who their opponent will be. We'll know later. Pitch outside, ball 1 to Tate Westby. Runner at first, 1 out here in the top of the second for the Bombers, and a 1-0 count to Tate Westby. Make it a strike there on the outside edge, now 1-1. Westby is 2 for 12 at the plate, hitting 167. 3 runs scored, 6 runs batted in. Has doubled and walked 3 times. As Swatlowski threw the ball to first base. Checking the runner there. That one's a little bit below the knees for a ball. It's 2-1 to Westby. And the pitch. Swung on. This one to left center field. Moving over. Tyler Chemis, the left fielder, to make the catch. And Mathern will stay at first base. 2 out in the inning. They'll bring up the second baseman, Andy Fisk. Fisk, a 500 hitter in Hatton with 6 for 12. 6 for 12 at the plate. 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, and a walk. And he takes strike 1. Look to first by Swatlowski. And the pitch. Low and in for a ball. 1-1 now to Fisk. Mathern takes his lead. 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes to Andy Fisk. And the throw to first, a close play, but getting back in there is Mathern. Lost the helmet, and he gets that handed back to him. Bombers 44-15 on the year. Thompson 25-14 on the year. One and 2. And a foul. Backing out of play, and somebody had to duck out of the way for that one in the stands. Not sure how close it got from back here beyond the center field fence. That's outside. 2-2 now to Andy Fisk. Runner on at first base with 2 out in the top of the second inning. Bombers batting with a 2-0 lead over Thompson. Here's the 2-2, and it hit him. So Fisk will reach as he's hit by a pitch. That puts Mathern at second. So runners at first and second, 2 out. And a strike here to Justin Fahey, hitting in the top of the order. Fahey's 1 for 1. He opened up the ball game with a bunt single. This one hit foul behind the plate. 2 strikes quickly to Justin Fahey, who is now 6 for 13 at the plate. That's outside. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swatlowski steps off the rubber for a moment. Counts of 1-2 to Fahey with 2 out and 2 on. This one's popped up. Foul territory on the third base side. Making the catch is Brian Searstead, the third baseman. That will retire the Bombers. In the top half of the second inning, they come up with no runs on 1 hit. There were no Thompson errors and 2 Fargo Bombers runners left on base. We're through an inning and a half. Our score on the Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard. It's the Fargo. Well, we go to the bottom of the second, and the Thompson Legion will come to bat here. They bring up Dave Swadlowski, Brian Searstead, and Marcus Bergstrom, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order, facing Ryan Messerschmidt. First pitch fouled off by Dave Swadlowski. Oh, we got a Ben Agnes and Harry Lipsy sighting there toward the Thompson dugout. A couple of players for the Mayport Legion. There's a ground ball to short, and the long throw. They get it there in time. Nice throw from the shortstop, Zach Broughton, to get Brady Kays there at first base, or throw to Brady Kays to get Dave Swadlowski at first base. That's a 6-3 play. For the first out. So Swadlowski now in the tournament 4 for 15. Brings up Marcus Bergstrom, who's 4 for 12 at the plate. Swings and misses for a strike. Or actually, it's Brian Searstead. I skipped a batter here. Brian Searstead is 1 for 3 in the tournament, had a home run last game. So it's Brian Searstead batting, Marcus Bergstrom to follow. That one in the dirt for a ball, 1-1 to Brian Searstead. He hit a 2-run homer in the first game today, which was his first game of this section tournament. Line by Messerschmidt in the pitch. Low and away. 2-1 now. And there's kind of a sea of red over there. Got Harry Lipsy and Ben Agnes, a couple of the Mayport Legion players who are taking in the game. Wearing a lot of red today. Red shirts and black shorts. Pitch down low for a ball. That'll make it 3-1. I'm sure they'll find out later that we brought them up. They'll get back at me. Chop deep in the hole. Short. It's going to get through for a base hit. A 1-out single for Brian Searstead, and he's 2 for 4 on the day and in the tournament. Now that brings up Marcus Bergstrom, who's 4 for 12 in the tournament. 3 runs scored, 3 runs batted in, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a sacrifice. One on, one out for Thompson as they trail 2-0 to the Bombers in the bottom of the second. Ground ball first base side. Getting that one is Kays. Throw to second for 1. Relay back to first. They get a nice double play. And who was there? Was that Kays back at first base? So it's a 3-4-3 double play. A slick play as they got that one taken care of quickly to retire Thompson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We're through 2. Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard. Bombers 2, Thompson nothing. Welcome back as we are through 2 innings of play. Our score is the Fargo Bombers 2, Thompson nothing. And the difference so far in the game is just that 2-run homer for the Bombers in the first inning. Bringing the middle 3 years, Dan.
All right, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Fargo Bombers as we get set to start the top of 3. Spencer Wolf hit that 2-run homer, and that's been it for this ball game. He'll take a pitch at the knees for strike 1. Spencer Wolf now 5 hits and 15 trips, 4 RBI. Pitches outside. 1-1 to count. Well, Thompson used the long ball to shut out the Bombers 5-0 in the first game. Pitch sails outside. 2-1 to count to Wolf. There's a ground ball past the third baseman, Brian Searstead. We'll give a base hit. That was hit pretty hard at him. We'll give Spencer Wolf a base hit. Kind of handcuffed him. Wolf's aboard. This brings up Zach Broughton. Broughton a single. Was thrown out trying to steal. Zach Broughton. Now 7 hits and 16 trips. There's another base hit for Zach Broughton. Back-to-back hits put runners at first and second. Nobody out. Brings up Brady Kays. Kays reached out a fielder's choice early in this game, 0 for 1. 7 hits and 12 trips, but 9 RBI and a pair of homers. Bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first. Not in time. The throw pulled Bergstrom off the bag. Credit him with the sacrifice. He'll reach on an error. And the bases are loaded. That would be the first error of the game for Thompson. Fly ball down the first baseline, caught in foul territory by Bergstrom, coming halfway down the line to Wolf, and now he'll retreat. Nice running catch by Marcus Bergstrom, 1 away. Langdon beat Grafton 12-9 in the first game, and Langdon's leading Grafton 3-0 in the sixth. So Langdon trying to get back to defend their state championship, which they won in Mayville last year. This year you got to go out west to Botno. There's a strike. 0-1 the count to Schweigert. Had a hunch they'd play 2 up there. Langdon's only lost a handful of games this year. Pitches outside. 3. Lost 2 in the regular season, 1 in tournament play. Devils Lake, which is a Class A West Region team, were the other 2 losses. So Schweigert with a ball and 2 strikes to count, bases loaded with 1 out. Called strike 3 in the outside corner. That is strikeout number 1 for Dave Swadlowski. 2 gone brings up Ethan Mather, the DH. He singled back in the second. Mather now 2 for 4 in the tournament. Nice looking baby blue 57 Chevy cruising down the road. Pitch catches the corner, 0-1 the count. B.J. Knoll behind the plate. Justin Burchell on the first base line. Craig Champagne on the third base side. Pitch misses for a ball. Justin Burchell was on that 98 team that won the, at that time, our region title here to go on to Langdon, where they won the state 1998 Legion title with Hope Finley. Two and 1 the count to Ethan Mathern. Now time called. Bombers with the bases loaded and 2 outs, leading 2-0. Hit by the pitch, that'll force in a run. Mathern got hit in the hip area. Credit him with the run batted in. Bombers will go up 3-0. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs. The batter's Tate Westby, the left fielder. 0 for 1 in this game now, 2 for 13 in the tournament. He does have 6 runs batted in, though. Chops one towards second. Greek Fields throws to first. That'll do it. For the Bombers here in the third, they do pick up a run. On 2 hits, there was 1 Thompson error, and there were 3 runners left on base. We played 2.5. Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard 3-0. Go to the third inning here, and for Thompson it'll be Casey Nelson, Matt Greek, and Zach Kavit to face Ryan Messerschmidt. Nelson's first at bat in this game. Casey, the right fielder, takes the first pitch strike. Nelson, 3 hits and 10 trips, is driven in 2. chop to third. Glove there by Barnum. Throw to first in time. A little bit high, but Kays pulled it in. 1 up, 1 gone. Top of the order, Matt Greek is the hitter. Greek a single. Was left stranded at third base back in the first. Greek now with 5 hits and 18 trips. Pitches low for ball 1. That's like a 265 batting average, somewhere around there. Pitches high. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Greek. Low again, 3-0 the count to Matt Greek. Batting here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Bombers with the 3-0 lead over Thompson. There's a strike, 3-1 to count. 17 home runs now hit in this tournament. There's a fly ball carrying back. It's going to bounce off the fence in deep left center field. And Greek will pull up at second with a double. Looks like Ben and Harry have been joined by somebody over there. Zach Kvitt will stand in a single. Kvitt is having a pretty decent tournament. 6 hits and 15 trips now. That'd be a 400 average. And lifts one high in the air to right field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Greek on his way to third. He'll stop there. He had to wait to see if the ball was going to be caught or not. Sure, almost looks like it could be Chad Rakowski, but I'm not sure. Randy Searstead will stand in. Searstead 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Got caught looking back in the first. Randy 7 hits and 17 trips in this tournament. Throw to first back in safely is Kvitt. Can't quite. He's got sunglasses on. It's either possibly Chad or Adam. There's a base hit into right field. That'll score a run. Kvitt doesn't even stop. He's on his way to third. And again, runners will be on the corners with the RBI single by Randy Searstead. He went the opposite way with it. Patrick Chemis cheering section. All right. They're wearing the wrong color, though. Brings up Tyler Chemis. Tyler 0 for 1 and reached on a fielder's choice. So that puts him at 10 hits and 18 at-bats. It's still a fantastic tournament for Tyler Chemis. Pitches outside. Thompson wins this, he'd have to probably give him a nod as tournament MVP. Threw a great game when it was needed the most yesterday. 12 strikeout shutout. Ground ball past the shortstop. He should have had that. That'll be, a base hit. It was hit hard. We'll give him a hit. And it dropped to one knee, and he slid by him. So base hit, another run scores. And that'll make it 3-2. One RBI single for Tyler Chemis. That'll bring up Aaron Chemis. Aaron 0 for 1 in this game, so he would also be 10 for 18 at this point. 1 out, 2 in, 3-2 Bombers. High hopper. It's going to get into left field for a base hit. They're going to hold Randy Searstead at third, so the bases will be loaded. There you go. Tyler gets a hit. Aaron gets a hit. It's amazing what they've done in this tournament. It's just like they're following each other. So bases, well, they do follow each other in the order, obviously. So Aaron has an advantage. He knows what Tyler's did. Yeah, true. Dave Swadlowski stands in 0 for 1 on a ground out. He's pitching. He has 2 innings he can throw yet. Swat 0 for 1 in this game, 4 for 15 now in the tournament. Pitches low for ball 1. Five nothing. Thompson won the first to force this game. Pitch misses high. 2-0 the count to Swadlowski. Here's a strike. 2-1 the count to Swadlowski. Pop-up, shallow right field. It's caught by the right fielder. Randy Searstead, comes down the line, plays backed up by the pitcher, which is good, or they might have got the run in. So they get Swadlowski on the fly to right. Nice play there by Tate Westby. 2 gone. It'll bring up Brian Searstead. Brian 1 for 1 in this game with a single. Then he got doubled up. 2 for 4 now for Brian Searstead in the tournament. High fly ball, way back and way gone. Second homer of the day for Brian Searstead, and that's a grand slam home run. And Thompson will now have a 6-3 lead. He again hit one way, way gone. Might be a case of Gatorade for his teammates as well. Brought to you by Hatton Ford and Hatton Farmers Elevator. Six runs in the inning for Thompson. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Marcus Bergstrom. First pitch is outside, ball 1 to Marcus Bergstrom. So the grand slam home run for Brian Searstead, his second of the day, home run, that is. Pop up. The second baseman, Fisk, will make the catch, and that will retire Thompson here in the third. They send 6 to the plate. They come up with 6 runs on 6 hits. No Bombers errors and no Thompson runners left on base. That's 3 complete now. Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard. Pitching change here for Thompson. It will be Tyler Chemis coming in to pitch. Zach Kavit goes out to left field, and Dave Swadlowski will catch. Go to the top of the fourth here for the Bombers. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Andy Fisk, Justin Fahey, and Spencer Wolf. 6-3. Thompson has taken the lead. First pitch is high, ball 1. Tyler Chemis threw a shutout yesterday, a 7-inning shutout, struck out 12 against Hatton. Ground ball hit to first. Bergstrom fields, underhands it to Chemis. Not in time. They say Chemis came off the bag. So Fisk will reach on the error. So the leadoff man aboard for the Bombers. Go to the top of the order, Justin Fahey. Fahey 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. Six for 14 now for Fahey. He'll take a first pitch strike. Bergstrom will hold with the runner Fisk at first base. Hit by the pitch is Justin Fahey. So that's going to put 2 on if nobody out. Moving down to second base is Fisk. Brings up the left fielder Spencer Wolf. He's 2 for 2. He's homered and singled. Scored twice and driven in 2. 6 for 16 now for Spencer Wolf. Spencer Wolf getting set to stand in. Swadlowski in 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned. Long stand there by Tyler Chemis. Now he just steps out the rubber. No walks by Swadlowski, and he struck out 1 and hit 1. Pitch is high, goes off the glove of Swadlowski, and the runners will move up on a wild pitch. So runners now at second and third, and we have nobody out. Swinging a foul. Ball and a strike to count to Spencer Wolf. Pitch is high, 2-1 to count to Spencer Wolf. Well, instead of a commercial break at the end of the half inning here, we're going to have a special guest. We're going to talk to Brian Dafford and got some thank yous and things we want to talk about. We'll do that between innings here. Pitch is high. 3-1 the count to Spencer Wolf. Low, ball 4. That'll load him up. First walk given up by Tyler Chemis. So the base is loaded, nobody out. Zach Broughton will stand in. Broughton's 2 for 2 today in this game. 8 for 17 in the tournament for Broughton. There's a fastball in for a strike. 0-1 the count to Broughton. Oh, 1 pitch on the way is high. Ball and a strike to count to Zach Broughton. Bombers have the bases loaded. They trail by 3. We're in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Zach Broughton. Long look in by Tyler Chemis. Comes set. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes count Zach Broughton. Way outside. Full count now to the hitter, Zach Broughton. Brady Kays waits on deck. To the set. And Chemis' pitch lifted high in the air and caught by the first baseman, Marcus Bergstrom. They're going to call the out. It's infield fly rule, so it doesn't matter. 1 gone. Brings up the first baseman, Brady Kays. Kays reached on a fielder's choice and then laid down a sacrifice bunt, reached for an error. He's 0 for 1 officially. Kays with 7 hits in 12 at-bats, 7 runs scored, 9 RBIs. He's hit 2 homers in the tournament for the Bombers, so now bases loaded with 1 out. As Tyler Chemis tries to work out of a jam. We'll do between half innings here instead of taking a break. I have a guest we're going to talk to. Line drive, that's into right field. That's going to score at least 1. Ball's up with it is Casey Nelson. That's going to score 2, and it's a 6-5 game. So a 2-run single by Brady Kays. He now has 11 RBIs. Fisk and Fahey score. So Christian Barnum will now stand in. Barnum 0 for 2. He's lined out and fouled out, both to the first baseman, Marcus Bergstrom. First pitch high for ball 1. Spencer Wolf now the runner at second. Kays aboard at first. Say the Bombers come back and win, Brady Kays would probably be a strong case for a tournament MVP. Wynn decided to whistle through the booth. 2 balls, no strikes. Thank you. 2-0 the count. To Christian Barnum. Pitch from Tyler Chemis. There's at the knees for a strike. 2-1 the count. Andy Schweigert, the catcher, waits on deck. Three and 1 the count to Christian Barnum. I believe Brian Searstead's homer gave us 18. 1 out. 2 runs in for the Bombers. They now trail 6-5. And the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Throw will go to second. They'll get the out there. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Christian Barnum. Going to third on the play is Spencer Wolf. 1-6 force out for odd number 2. And the batter will be the catcher, Andy Schweigert. Schweigert's 0 for 2. He's popped out and struck out. So you've got Spencer Wolf at third, Christian Barnum at first, 2 outs as Schweigert stands in. Takes a pitch for ball 1. Andy Schweigert, 2 hits, 12 trips, 2 runs scored. 2 runs batted in. The 7th man to come up in the inning for the Fargo Bombers. Takes a strike, 1-1 the count. A little bit outside. 2-1 the count to Andy Schweigert. High fly ball down the right field line, and it's caught by the second baseman, Matt Greek. And that will retire the Fargo Bombers, but they come up with 2 runs, and they get those 2 runs on just 1 hit. There was 1 Thompson error, and there were 2 Bombers left on base. And we played 3.5 here, which is a 6-5 lead, and our guest here is Brian Daffern. And Brian, you wanted to take a time here. You've got a lot of people you'd like to thank. It's been a great tournament, and a lot of people have had a hand in this.
Well, for sure, Dan. It's hard to know where to start. How much time do we have?
Whatever you need. Go ahead.
We better make it quick, though. They're warming up. Well, first of all, thanks to you and your staff at KMAV for broadcasting this and helping us out with the stats and keeping track of some of the team records through the season. That made it a lot easier to get the placements going for this tournament. Of course, the Hatton Park Board has just been phenomenal. Probably a big share of the manpower has been organized and contributed by the Hatton Park Board, and the fact that this park stays so nice all summer long, it took very little effort to get it put into shape for this tournament. And we've got a lot of good feedback about that. People really like the park.
Yeah, I've heard some nice things too, yeah.
But all the tournament sponsors have been very generous. With their contributions, we were able to make some pretty nice programs and give those out to everyone attending the games. We've had door prizes from Hatton Hardware Hank, Shields All Sports in Grand Forks, Home of Economy in Grand Forks. Jarrell's donated some of the baseballs for the tournament.
Wow.
So that generosity is pretty incredible. And as you mentioned on the air, some of the eating places in Hatton, or all three of the eating places in Hatton, for that matter, teamed up to award prizes to the players of the game as you guys announce them. And I think that's been appreciated by those players and teams. Those would be Ampride, Cenex Convenience Store, and Sunset Lounge Kitchen, and Tana's Dairy Bar.
We'll keep talking here in between pitches a little bit, but also besides the meals, there's been the first home run of each team for playing. The guys are getting around a Gatorade for their team.
Well, they get pretty hyped up for that, and they look at us when we're getting the cooler ready for them, and we tell them as long as they hit it out, we'll have it there for them, and that's been a big excitement.
Yeah, I think that's been a nice touch. I think the kids have really appreciated that, especially the days where it was fairly warm.
Absolutely.
Leading off is Casey Nelson here, and let's let Casey stand in. Takes his first pitch for a strike. You've just had kids helping out doing different things. Like I said, the park board, you've got people working concession stands. It seems like every time I go there, I see a new face or two helping out there. So it's just numerous people here.
Absolutely. High school kids, parents, just friends coming by and offering to help out.
1-1 pitch will miss, 2-1 the count. Any other sponsors that you wanted to...
Well, yeah, Goose River Bank and Farmers and Merchants Bank of Hatton both were great donors for cash sponsorship. Heck, Thomas Rand was even over grilling burgers one day, so he grills a pretty mean burger.
That's good. Tom working for you. That's great to see.
Absolutely.
Full count now to Casey Nelson. Who else we got there?
Well, that cash is very important because the umpires are, they don't do this for free. They work hard out there, and some of those days are pretty hot, so they deserve everything they get. We've been able to cover that expense, and obviously the baseballs and some of the other things that go into it add up pretty fast. But we did okay with the gate. We had good weather, and we're thankful for that.
Leadoff walk here to Casey Nelson. Matt Greek will stand in. Well, that's you like host, when it's your turn, but you need to make some money to cover the expenses, and you also like to get a little money to put back into your program.
Well, even that aside, Hatton is pretty much considered a baseball town, so there's no way we're going to turn down this tournament or any other tournament that might come our way. So with that going into it, we knew we just had to make it work, and it did. It just happened. And all the people involved, they're too numerous to mention by name, but Hatton Granite and Northwood Equipment and Super Value. Gary over at Super Value has been great getting us some of the supplies and the Gatorade for the home run award. And
ground ball to second. Fifth throws it to the shortstop. Nope, not quite in first. Ball was dropped there at K. So they will force out Casey Nelson. 4-6, and then reaching on the fielder's choice is Matt Greek. Yeah, the Super Value store that Jeff Miller put in the Super Value in here, I think that's been a nice touch for the Hatton community.
Absolutely. You don't know what you miss until it's gone, and when they came back, it sure was a nice relief.
I got to believe this has been good for the restaurants in town. When you get people in town and not all meet at the concession stand. I'm sure you've sold some gas has been bought, so I think all in all it's been a pretty good deal for the town of Hatton, too.
Well, I certainly hope so. That was our intent going into this, to help promote them, and they've given us the tools to help do that, too, with the certificates for the players of the game. Of course, Sun and Suds across the tracks there, and the Hatton Men's Club, generous sponsor, and some of those guys have been out to help. Portland Credit Union, even, let's get outside the borders here.
Sure.
And while we're out that, over in Northwood, the Citizen State Bank of Findlay, the Northwood branch, generous sponsor. Connection between Northwood and Hatton's been phenomenal with baseball here. We've got a great asset with the 5 players they gave us.
Yes, it really has. It's helped out the program immensely. There's no doubt about that. 2-1 the count is Zach DeVitt is hitting right now. And you just, those guys became part of the high school team, and, guys like Blake Segerholm that's been playing quite a while here, and you got to have type of guys like those.
Absolutely. Tony Lenz, Blake Segerholm, Tyler Bilden, he had a phenomenal pitching start there in the spring season. Matt Hillsland, really just a good all-around athlete. They're great kids, and it's been fun getting to know their parents as well.
Ground ball deep in the hole at short, knocked down at no play. Broughton made a throw, but he didn't get it in time. It'd be, let's call it an infield hit, because I don't think they're going to get anybody anyway, so an infield hit for Zach Kavett. And that'll put runners at first and second with one out and bring up Randy Searstead. Randy is singled and scored and driven in a run. He's 1 for 2. 6-5 Thompson, as we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. The crowds have really been good, though. There has just been, and I think people have found out there's a single into center field. It takes a bad hop over the center fielder, Fahey. That's going to score at least one. Here comes Kavett around third, and he'll score. It's a 2-run double for Randy Searstead. I don't know what that ball hit out there, but boy, it took a bad hop over the center fielder, and there's nothing he could do about that one. It's part of baseball. Those things happen, but nice hit for Randy Searstead, excuse me.
That ball was hit hard.
Go ahead. You can continue along. We've got some other people.
The members of the Legion have been great as well. Dave Vold, our post commander, and Ray Pludson, our historian, key to put together our ceremony before the game today.
High fly ball way back. It's gone. Tyler Chemis has hit his third home run of the tournament. It hit the pole and it bounced back in. So it'll be a 2-run homer for Tyler Chemis, and that'll increase the score to 10-5.
Well, that's just the way Thompson is, though. Every time we've met him in the season, you can be sure they're going to hit the ball.
Everybody in that lineup, that's what's so phenomenal. But what do? You know, they've got a nice program going, but they do lose a few guys this year. But yeah, the Legion has done a great job. Dave's been here every day, and I know some of the other guys in the Legion have been here helping out as well.
Yep. All that coupled up with the players, they've been helping out with groundskeeping, even though we told them they didn't have to, trying to give them a break, but they came back and gave us some good help. And Pete Thingolstead kind of rounded that crew up, came over and donated his time. And my son Jake ran the clock, and he said he'd be there every day, and he was. So he's right in there.
Christopher Strand, I know I did the mound. I seen you out there helping out on the field.
Yeah, he and I kind of had a thing going with fixing up the pitcher's mound. It took a pretty good beating day after day and multiple games a day. It gets cleated up pretty bad and gets some holes worn in it. So we were getting it packed in there, and so these guys would have something good to land on. So it was fun. Overall, this has been a great experience. I took over the sports and activities director position for the post-70 this year, and kind of ask, okay, what's it involve? And well, not a whole lot. You just got to make sure the baseball team gets what they need. And oh, by the way, they've got a tournament this year that you're going to sponsor. So today, I think I kind of pretty well figured it all out. It took that long through the tournament to do that, but it's lots of great help. Anytime you're going to have a successful outing at anything, you just surround yourself with good people, and it's going to happen. And that's what happened here.
You mentioned the Hatton Men's Club, and that's just an organization. Those guys, they like to work.
Oh, absolutely.
They like to have fun, I know, too, but boy, when they got a job to do, they go out and they get it done. And
yeah, they were a cash sponsor, and some of their members are over here and helping put up crowd fence, and just great. It's fun to belong to this community, and I'm really proud, and I think we showed other communities that we pretty well got something going here, and hopefully we welcomed them, and they had fun while they're here.
I hear now shortly after this tournament's done, this park's going to be changed a little bit.
Well, there are some words going around about that. Maybe we should get Eric out here to talk about that from the park board. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it's a question about the fence, and maybe they should move it or raise it up, or get a little bit more.
I think what they need to do is supposedly for football crowd control is they want to move it back. And I heard that a new grandstand's also. I was talking to a couple different guys that are working on that, and a new grandstand will be coming in. And
that's definitely been on the list for a while. And
one's been there for a while.
Yep, absolutely. But they want to get something covered, and something that'll add yet more to this park. And
Got a foul ball out of play. We have a new pitcher in here. Oh, yeah. Brian Wyatt? Mike Wyatt's a new pitcher. So Wyatt in to pitch for the Bombers. We'll get his real name here. I think it's Mike. I think you're right on that. Wyatt. Michael Wyatt, yes. Youngster. Coming in to pitch, left-hander. Ball and a strike to count. High fly ball, deep center field at the fence. Fahey can't do anything about it. Aaron Chemis, there we go. The brothers. They can't let one get ahead of the other. Aaron Chemis hits one out to make it an 11-5 score here in the fourth. I lost track. I think we're at 20 home runs now in the tournament. So you keep leaving the yard here.
Is that about half of them today?
Yeah, a good chunk of them. I think we came in today with like 13 hits, so we've had 7 hits in the 2 games today. Well, you guys have done just a super job running this tournament. Everybody involved deserves a pat on the back, because as far as I could tell, everything's pretty much ran without a hitch. And a little rain the first, first day we had to back it up a little bit, but that didn't seem to hurt anything.
Well, maybe with a few sore backs and a few sore arms by the next day, but we ended up raking around and getting the thing dried out. We only took a 2-hour delay, so got things back on track.
And the games went pretty quick that day anyway, so actually we got done about when we've been getting done on the other days. So,
absolutely. We were right back on time. Not a problem.
Yeah, so it didn't work. Anything we missed that you wanted to add, Brian?
Well, I suppose I've been a little scarce at home this week, so, thanks to my wife for being very understanding that way, Teresa. Yesterday was her birthday as well, so I think I owe her a night out at least. So we'll be looking forward to getting back on schedule and kind of back to the norm, I suppose.
Well, if she doesn't hear this, somebody will hear it, so now you're going to be held to this.
I didn't go any bigger than a night out, did I?
No, you didn't. You put it right there. You didn't say where. So.
Yeah. We'll figure that out as we go.
I think Burger Night's coming up next Friday at the Sunset Lounge.
Well, I think I'd even step out and go a little farther than that. But,
there you go.
That is a good meal, by the way.
Yeah, they do a great job there. Another base hit here. Swadlowski had reached, and now Searstead singles. How'd Swadlowski get on? He walked, okay. So 2 on with nobody out. Well, Brian, I want to thank you for stopping by, and again, thanks to everybody. You guys just did a super job, and great job, and I know the next time you get one, you know what to do.
Well, we're ready to go again next year, I guess.
There you go. Well, thanks for all you have done for us. We appreciate the pop and the meals. It's been great, and I think tomorrow you sleep in extra if you get a chance to or something.
Well, I think I got to go back to work tomorrow. I'm a little behind and get caught up that way. So thank you, right back at you. Couldn't say enough for what you guys have done for us, and just really appreciate your service.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the last few innings here.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Take care, Dan.
Brian Dafford, and those thanks were much needed. This has been a great tournament. There's a ground ball right back to the mound. They go to second for one, relay to first in time. It'll be a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. But a big inning it was for Thompson, as they added 5 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors. And there were 2. Thompson had 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 1 left. There were a couple walks. There we go. 4 in the books. Let's do a stop and go of Hillsborough in-game summary. And again, long ball. The name of this game got the Bombers off and going to a 2-0 lead. Thompson has hit 3 home runs in this game. The grand slam by Brian Searstead, a 2-run shot for Tyler Chemis, and a solo homer for Aaron Chemis. And now Tyler Chemis on the mound trying to nail this thing down for Thompson as they lead 11-5. Ball and a strike to count. Oops, if I turn the scorecard over to the right side here in the top of the 5th to Ethan Mathern. Yes, it is. I kind of switched directions now. It's blowing out again. And there's a base hit. It's going to run the gap out in right center field. Mathern will go about halfway and decide now stay put at first base. I have a hunch the Bombers aren't going to end the day at 5. Bring up the right fielder, Tate Westby. And maybe Thompson's not going to end the day at 11. After listening to that Hope Finley Babe Ruth game today, it kind of proved no lead is safe. Westby, the right fielder, left-handed batter, takes a pitch low. Ball and a strike to count to Tate Westby. Mathern at first. Ground ball past the drawn-in infielder, the third baseman who is in, Brian Searstead. So another base hit will put 2 on with nobody out. Brings up the second baseman, Andy Fisk. He's been hit by a pitch and reached on an error, so he's 0 for 1. Fisk now 6 for 13 in the tournament. A bit low, ball 1. This guy had, I don't know if he had both the dogs here. He had a bigger dog and then a nice-looking brown or copper-colored Dachshund. Ball and a strike to count to Andy Fisk. And that lady that has the 2 black dogs she brings with her, I saw her today. She's been, I think, at all the games. Good chunk of them. There's a strike. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Fisk. 11-5 Thompson. We're in the top of the 5th. And called strike 3. Fisk is rung up. First strikeout for Tyler Chemis. 1 gone, top of the order, and Justin Fahey. Fahey in this one is 1 for 2. He's got a bunt single. He's popped out and been hit by a pitch. He scored twice. He'll take a first pitch strike. 6 hits, 14 trips for Fahey. Scored 6 runs. Ground ball back up the middle into center field for a base hit. That'll load up the bases. Ethan Mathern moves to third. Spencer Wolf stands in. Wolf is 2 for 2. He's hit a 2-run homer, single, and walked. Driven in 2 and scored 2. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes to count to Spencer Wolf. Low again, 3 balls and no strikes to count to Spencer Wolf. Saw Joe Simon had made it to this game. I guess he was out supposedly fishing earlier today, was the story we'd heard. Joe from Thompson, he's also the Northeast region representative. High fly ball carrying deep to center field. It's gone. Spencer Wolf with his second home run of the game, and that will make it a 11 to 1.
Should be 8.
Should be 8, yeah.
Or no, 9. They had bases loaded. That's a grand slam.
Yeah. Second grand slam of the day.
That was probably the deepest part of the park right there where it went out.
Yes, it was. That was hit.
And it cleared it by at least 15, 20 feet.
All of a sudden, we've turned into home run derby. That's the 21st home run hit in the tournament.
16 coming into the game.
13 starting the day.
I think it might have been 14.
Or 14.
Yeah. Still, that's 7 on the day.
Zach Broughton stands in. I believe he took a first pitch strike. Broughton's 2 for 3. Swung at a high fastball, didn't get it. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Broughton. The Bombers battling back. They'd cut the deficit to 1. Thompson hung a 5 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Bombers come back with 4 so far. Strikeout number 2 for Tyler Chimis. The batter will be Brady Kays. Kays is 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. 7th man to come up for the Bombers. Pitch misses high. Got a girl sitting with Ben and Harry. Swing and a foul back.
You know, they're going to hear from somebody that you were talking about them.
Oh, I wasn't the only one, Craig.
Yeah, that was earlier, though.
Outside, 3-1 now to count to Brady Kays. If he reaches, Christian Barnum waits on deck. High fly ball, deep center field, Yahtzee!
Right over our heads.
That one sailed over the top of the press box. Another home run for Brady Kays. That's his 3rd of the tournament.
You're just saying it just missed my car.
Well, that means it went a long way.
Yeah, it did.
The 22nd home run hit of the tournament. We're now at 11-10. Wow. 11-10, Christian Barnum stands in. He's 0 for 3.
What were these teams doing between games?
I don't know. Boy, they came out playing, I don't know. It was the first game, 5-0. We had 2 home runs.
Yeah.
Pitches outside, 2 balls, no strikes to count. To Barnum. So the Bombers have 3 homers, and Thompson has 3. $11-10 is our score. Tried to hold up his swing, Christian Barnum, but he went a little too far. It's called a strike. Must be the hot dogs from the concession stand. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Listening a little bit to Sid Hartman this morning, and he was talking about players on stereos.
What? On stereos?
Yeah, that's what he said. He says, nobody's proved that Barry Bonds has taken any stereos.
There's a nice catch by John Dowslagger.
Well, he caught that one. Usually he can't get the ground balls. Just kidding, John. Swinging a foul ball down the right field line, and not quite. Marcus Bergstrom had to run between the poles and couldn't quite haul it in. A full count to the hitter, Christian Barnum, 8th man to come up here for the Bombers. Swing and a foul. I guess this would be the extreme opposite of the 1-0 game of yesterday.
Yeah, you could say that. And both were entertaining.
Full count to the hitter, Barnum. And he's going to walk. Pitches over his head for ball 4. And that would be second walk given up by Tyler Chamis. He also hit a man. Andy Schweigert, the catcher, stands in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch is outside for ball 1, so the Bombers bat around here in the the top of the 5th. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. Pitch is outside. 2-1 the count to Schweigert. Ground ball, chopped to short. Randy Searstead goes to short way to Greek at second to force out Christian Barnum. And that will retire Fargo here in the 5th. They bat around. They come up with 5 runs on 5 hits. There were no Thompson errors. And there was 1 Bomber left on base. 4.5 on the Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard. Well, we're going to move along here. As we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning for Thompson, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Casey Nelson, Matt Greek, and Zach Kavit. Same pitcher still out there?
Yeah. What number is he?
Wyatt is... Yeah, I think you're right.
19. No, 18.
Brady Kays. Yeah, Brady Kays is coming in to pitch.
21 is his first.
Mathern.
Yeah.
Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 to count to Casey Nelson. There's strike 2. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to count. Kays was a winner back on day number 2 for the Bombers against Hope Finley. High foul out of play. Boy, every time you hear the crack of the bat now, you're almost looking to see where it's going to go out. Thompson hit 2 home runs in the 3rd. Pitcher misses. Oh, wait a minute. No, they didn't. Hit 1 home run in the 3rd, the grand slam, and they added 2 more in the 4th. Foul ball, and one of Luke Rusted's assistants tried to grab that, and it went off his hand and out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Casey Nelson. Casey 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out. Fastball will miss. 2-2 the count. 11-10 Thompson, bottom of the 5th. Oh, it must be off somewhere here. It's full count. That's right, I had 2-2. Full count. Swing and a miss. Nelson down on strikes. First strikeout for Kays. 1 gone. Top of the order, Matt Greek. Matt is 2 for 3 in this game. Greek bounces one to short, knocked down by Broughton, recovers and throws him out. So 2 up, 2 gone here in the 5th for Thompson. The batter will be the catcher, Zach Kvitt. Kvitt is 3 for 3 in this game with 2 runs scored. 8 for 17 now in the tournament for Kvitt. Pitch from Kays is high for ball 1. Pop up on the infield. The shortstop, Broughton, calling for it. He'll make the catch. And Thompson retired 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 5th. We've played 5. Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard, 11-10. Thompson the lead. We're back in 96. Well, no, did Maya damage in the middle 3 and got this into a home run derby. We'll turn it back over to Craig.
So does that mean that the last 2 innings we won't see any runs?
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, the Bombers will bat here. Top half of the 6th inning, they had all 9 batters come up in the 5th inning. So it'll be the same 3 starting things off in the 6th inning. First pitch low for a ball to Ethan Mathern. 7, 8, 9, Mathern, followed by Tate Westby and Andy Fisk. Swing and miss for a strike. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Mathern. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Mathern now at first base. He was the designated hitter at the start of this one. Tyler Chemis on the hill, winds and throws outside. 3-1 now the count. Tyler Chemis has been on the hill since the start of the 4th inning. Three-one on the way, and it's ball 4 down low. So Mathern will reach on a walk. And that's the 3rd walk given up by Tyler Chemis. Tate Westby will step in. 1 for 3 this afternoon, or this evening in this ball game. Throw to first, not in time. Westby singled and scored a run last inning as he came in on that grand slam hit by Spencer Wolf. Low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the top of the 6th inning in the Section 3 Legion Championship game. 11-10 is our score. Thompson with the 1-run lead over the Fargo Bombers. Strike at the knees, 1-1 to Westby. Thompson had to win a game this afternoon over the Bombers to force this final game in the section tournament. Thompson won 5-0 to force this game this evening. And now it's winner take all. Outside. 2-0 out of Westby. Andy Fisk is the on-deck batter for the Bombers. That one just misses for a ball. Thought that might have caught the letters. 3 balls, 1 strike. The tying run at first base for the Bombers here at the top of the 6th inning. Another look over there. No throw. And there's ball 4. Westby will draw a walk, so back-to-back walks to start off the inning. Mathern to second, Westby to first. 4th walk given up by Tyler Chemis. And we're going to have a pitching change here. Aaron Chemis will come in from center field, and he'll be the new pitcher. They're going to move Tyler Chemis to left field, and Zach Kvitt will be in center. So a break in the action here. Fargo Bombers batting in the top of the 6th inning. They have runners at first and second, nobody out, with Thompson leading 11-10. We'll return with more. So the new pitcher for Thompson is Aaron Chemis. First appearance here in the section tournament on the hill. In the regular season, pitching-wise, Aaron Chemis pitched 2 innings. ERA of 0, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Had 1 appearance, 2 innings, that's it. For Tyler Chemis, he pitches 2 innings in this one, plus he faces 2 batters in the 6th, didn't get anyone out in the 6th inning. 6 hits given up. Walked 4, struck out 2, wild pitch, hit a batter. 7 runs, 6 of those earned, and if either of the 2 on base were to score, they would be charged to Tyler Chemis as well. So the Bombers are the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first, and there's nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Andy Fisk will be the batter, number 9 hitter in the order. He is 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, reached on there and struck out. Showing bunt here, takes a pitch high and tight, ball 1. Got a good one going here in Hatton for the Section 3 championship. Two on, nobody out for the Bombers. Thompson up 11-10. And a balk is called. That's going to move the runners up. Westby goes to second, Mathern to third on the balk. So now runners at second and third, nobody out for the Bombers. Still 1-0 count to Andy Fisk. Pitch inside for a ball. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Runners take their leads at second and third. Here's the 2-0. At the knees for a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Andy Fisk. Fisk in the tournament is now 6 for 14 at the plate. Pitch high and tight. 3 balls, 1 strike. Should Fisk walk, that would load him up. Justin Fahey is on deck for the Fargo Bombers. 3-1 from Aaron Chemis. Down low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. So all 3 base runners have reached on walks this inning. The bases are loaded, nobody out, top of the order now, and Justin Fahey will step in. Fahey in this game, 2 for 3. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Swadlowski for a ball, 1-0. Fahey, as I mentioned, 2 for 3, a bunt single, also a single to center field. He was hit by a pitch once, has scored 3 times. At the letters for a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Justin Fahey. Again, Aaron Chemis in the regular season pitched in 1 appearance, 2 innings, ERA of 0. Time called. Pitch was thrown, won't count. As the batter, Fahey, had stepped out. So the count to the ball and a strike to Justin Fahey. Bombers have nobody out and the bases loaded, trailing by 1 to Thompson. Top of the 6th inning. Pitch was low for a ball. 2-1. You're listening to the Section 3 Legion Baseball Tournament Championship on KMAV Mayville Portland, 105.5 FM, 1520 AM, and at KMAVradio.com. 2-1 to Fahey. Inside, ball 3. Now a walk would tie it up, as there's nowhere to put Fahey. Bases are loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. 3 balls, 1 strike. Called strike on the inside corner, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the 3 base runners all reached on walks. Aaron Chemis is ready. And the payoff pitch. Slow grounder over to third. Brian Susted's going to throw the plate for 1. That's all he'll get. 5-2 to get Mathern at the plate. Westby to third. Fisk to second. Fahey is at first, reaching at a fielder's choice, and the bases remain loaded now with 1 out. I'll bring up Spencer Wolf. 2 homers in this game, a 2-run homer in the first and a grand slam in the 5th. Pitch inside for ball 1. He is 3 for 3. 2 homers, a single, a walk, 3 runs scored, 6 runs batted in. Down low for a ball, and 2-0 now to Spencer Wolf. So over the tournament, he is 7 for 17 at the plate. 3 for 3 in this one. And his run batted in total has went from 2 to 8. 2 coming into the game, now has 8. 2-0 to Wolf. And the pitch. There's a deep fly ball, left field, way back, and gone to the deepest part of the park. Spencer Wolf has done it again, his third home run of the ball game, and it's another grand slam home run. He has 10 runs batted in, 4 for 4, his third homer, and it's his second grand slam of the ball game. The Bombers get the lead back at 14-11 here in the top of the 6th inning. What a shot by Spencer Wolf, hit to the deepest part of the ballpark, right where it hits that corner, and then comes out towards center field. And Spencer Wolf has done it again, folks. Westby, Fisk, Fahey, and Wolf all come in on that grand slam home run. 4 for 4 now. 3 homers, 10 runs batted in, 2 grand slams for Spencer Wolf. And the Bombers are up 14-11, still 1 out. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees to Zach Broughton. He smoked that one. The other grand slam he hit very well also. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. 2 strikes now to Zach Broughton. And now Broughton's going over to talk with Coach Rusted for a moment. Spencer Wolf, the man of the hour here for the Fargo Bombers. 10 runs batted in out of the 14 runs they have on the board. Time called. Count is no balls, 2 strikes to Zach Broughton. Down low, 1-2. We're up to 23 home runs now in this tournament. Pitch on the way. And that's down low. 2-2 now. Broughton was down in the count 0-2. Now it's even. So that's 4 home runs for the Bombers, 3 for Thompson, and 3 of the 4 homers for Fargo by Spencer Wolf. Called strike 3 down at the knees. Broughton is retired on strikes. First strikeout for Aaron Chemis. That is the second out of the inning. Base is still empty for Brady Kays. Kays has a home run. 3 in the tournament, 1 in this game. That pitch down low, and it bounced off the plate and went back and out of play. That one took a high bounce. Ball 1 to Brady Kays. Nobody on base, so no one could advance. He is 2 for 3 in this game. That pitch high for a ball. What's that? Yeah, he's got 3 runs batted in this game. So 12 in the tournament for Kays. A homer, a single, fielder's choice, and a sacrifice in this game. Here's a pitch from Aaron Chemis. Swing and a miss. Kays had a big swing. He kind of shook his head after that one as he's going to try to knock that one out of the park. Now the 2-1. That's on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brady Kays. 2 out in the inning. Top of the 6th. Fargo Bombers have the lead back at 14-11, leading Thompson. Back and forth ball game, a lot of home runs. Pitch high, and now a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kays steps back in. Aaron Chemis checks with Dave Swadlowski, the catcher. Sat in the 3-2. Curveball inside, ball 4. That's the 4th Bombers batter to reach on a walk this inning. Second walk given up by Aaron Chemis in relief. The batter will be Christian Barnum. He'll be the 8th batter of the inning. Barnum talking with Coach Rusted right now before he steps in. You're listening to the championship game of the Section 3 Legion Baseball Tournament on KMAV, Mayville, Portland, 105.5 FM, 1520 AM. It's 8 o'clock. We're in the top of the 6th. Fargo Bombers lead Thompson 14-11. Pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes to Barnum. Barnum is 0 for 3. He's lined out, popped out, hit into a fielder's choice, and walked. For the tournament, 8 for 16. 9 for 16, rather. Swing and a miss for a strike. Well, there, too, just like Brady Kays, he's going for a big cut, and so is Christian Barnum that time. Now the 1-1 pitch. At the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Christian Barnum. Pitch, Marin Chemis, swing and a miss one after a high, tight fastball. Barnum's retired on strike. Second strikeout for Aaron Chemis, and that'll do it here at the top of the 6th. The Fargo Bombers send 8 batters to the plate, and they pick up 4 runs on just 1 hit. That was a grand slam by Spencer Wolf, his 3rd homer of the game, 2nd grand slam of the game, and he has 10 runs batted in now in this one. So 4 runs, 1 hit, that grand slam homer. There were no errors, and there's 1 runner left. We're through 5.5. Culligan Water of Hillsboro score. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Thompson coming to bat, Randy Searstead, Tyler Chemis, and Aaron Chemis. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. First pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes to Randy Searstead. Bombers now have the lead, 14-11. Pitch low for a ball, 2-0. All 4 of those runs in the top of the 6th for the Bombers were earned runs. 2 of those went to Tyler Chemis, the other 2 to Aaron Chemis. The pitch is a strike. No, I take that back. Only 1 run went to Tyler Chemis. 3 went to Aaron Chemis. Pitch outside, 3-1, because one of the 2 batters that were faced by Tyler ended up being out later in the inning. So only 1 of those 4 charged to Tyler. There's a line shot, center field, backing up, leaping up, and it's off the glove of the center fielder, Justin Fahey, as he leaped up for it. It just got past him. So it's going to be a base hit on a liner from Randy Searstead. So he is now 3 for 4 in this one. Brings up Tyler Chemis, 2 for 3, singled and homered. 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in. Throw to first, not in time. So Tyler's now 12 for 20 at the plate with 3 homers, 11 runs batted in. Pitch is in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Tyler Chemis. The pitch is a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike now to Tyler Chemis. Nobody out, runner on. Line shot back up the middle for a base hit. Up to, ball goes off the center fielder, Fahey. Going to stay up to second as Randy Searstead. Now he's over to third. Throw comes into second. Not in time. Sliding in underneath is Tyler Chemis. So Chemis is in at second. Randy Searstead to third. It's going to be a single and an error. So Tyler Chemis hit it back up the middle. Then Chemis went to second and Searstead over to third. So now runners are at second and third. Nobody out for Thompson. And the tying run coming to the plate, that's Aaron Chemis. 2 for 3. He has a single and a home run. Fouls it back and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. So the count here is no balls, 1 strike. They got 1 and 2 on the scoreboard. Strike on the outside edge. 0-2 now the count. 2 strikes the batter, Aaron Chemis. He is the potential tying run. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Ground ball back to the mound, knocked down by Kays, and they're not going to have a play anywhere. Now they got runners caught up, and they're going to play chase here at Tyler Chemis. Now Searstead going to the plate, the throw coming down there, and he is out. So they'll get the out, and then moving to second is Aaron Chemis. So Aaron Chemis is at second, Tyler Chemis is at third. Randy Searstead kind of hung out to dry there, and he's out at the plate. A 1-6-2 play to get Randy Searstead at the plate. That was kind of a bizarre turn of events there. But it ends up being out at the plate. Tyler Chemis at third. Aaron Chemis is at second on a fielder's choice. They really had no play there. But then Tyler Chemis was between second and third. They chase him down. Randy Searstead goes to the plate, and they get him out. Pitch outside to Dave Swadlowski, ball 1. So runners at second and third now, 1 out for Thompson. With Aaron Chemis at second, Tyler Chemis at third. Ground ball the opposite way over to second, picked up there. The throw to first for the out. They let the run come in, so Fisk to Kays. 4-3 to get Swadlowski. He'll get a run batted in. As Tyler Chemis comes in to score, that's exactly it. They trade out for a runner there, and they'll gladly do that. It's now 14-12 Bombers. As Thompson scores a run, Aaron Chemis will stay at second. So now 2 out and a runner at second. Brian Searstead will come in. He has 2 homers on the day, a homer in this game, a grand slam, in fact. 3 for 3 at the plate, 2 singles and a grand slam. Ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit. Opposite field base hit. Aaron Chemis around third. He's going to score to make it 14-13 Bombers. That'll be an RBI single hit to the opposite field by Brian Searstead. And he now has 5 runs batted in this game. So Thompson with 2 runs in the inning. They are now within a run at 14-13 with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up Marcus Bergstrom. 0 for 3. Grounded out into a couple of double plays, and he's popped out. Kay's first pitch, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on, and that one gets through into right field. Rounding second is Brian Searstead, so he'll stop at third. Bergstrom gets a base hit as that one just got through the second baseman, Fisk. So runners are at the corners now with 2 out, and Casey Nelson's a batter. Randy Searstead is warming up, is that right? Okay. Randy Searstead warming up for Thompson right now. Runners to the corners for Thompson after the base hit by Marcus Bergstrom. So Bergstrom's at first. Brian Searstead is at third, and Casey Nelson the batter. 0 for 2, grounded out, walked, and struck out. Tying run is at third for Thompson. Swinging a foul tip. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, and 1 the count here. And the pitch. That one takes a high hop over the shortstop for a hit. We're tied up. Casey Nelson gets a hit. Bergstrom at second. Brian Searstead scores, and it's tied at 14 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So a run batted in for Casey Nelson. Matt Greek, the batter, 8th batter to come up, hitting in the top of the order. Greek is 2 for 4 in this game, a single, a double, a fielder's choice, and a ground out. He scored twice. Checking the runners, and the pitch from Kays, a high chop, it's short. Throw across the diamond, Greek slides in, he's out, just barely out at first base as he dove into the bag, but he's out on a 6-3 putout. Zach Broughton with the throw across the diamond to Ethan Mathern. on a very, very close play down at first to end the inning. Thompson ties it up. They score 3 runs on 5 hits. There was 1 Bombers error, and there were 2 Thompson runners left. We're through 6. Culligan, Waterbury, Hillsboro scoreboard. Thompson in the bottom of the 6th ties it up. All 3 runs were earned, charged to Brady Kays in that inning. So we go to the 7th, tied at 14 here in the Section 3 championship. One of these teams will move on to the state tournament in Bottineau. And for the other one, it's second place in the section and come up just short of advancing on to state. Quite a ball game. Just the long ball has been a factor in this one, and yet it's tied up. Andy Schweigert to lead it off, 6, 7, and 8 for the Bombers in the top of the 7th. Aaron Chemis remains on the hill, and he throws a pitch low, ball 1. He'll be followed by Ethan Mathern and Tate Westby here in the top of the 7th. Line of the pitch, just a bit low, 2 balls and no strikes. We're in the top of the 7th. Fargo Bombers batting. They have been a part of this back and forth game with Thompson. They led just before the last half inning, and now it's tied back up at 14. 2-1 now to Andy Schweigert. Low and in, 3-1 now to Schweigert. He has not yet reached on base. He's got, technically fielder's choice, I guess, his last time up. But that ended the inning. Technically, it's reaching base. There's a strike. Full count now. 3-2 from Aaron Chemis. This one's popped up. Second baseman Greek comes in, makes the catch, 1 away. One down here, nobody on base. Ethan Mathern's the batter. Mathern is 2 for 2, 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and a walk. 1 ball to count to Mathern, playing at first base. Wide of the pitch. Checks a swing, and they check with the first base umpire just to make sure. Did not go. It's Justin Burchell down there. Here's a strike. 2-1 now to Ethan Mathern. There's a grounder back to the mound. Aaron Chemis is going to walk it most of the way to first and then flip to Bergstrom for the out, 1-3. 2 away. That'll bring up Tate Westby. Westby is 1 for 3. He singled and walked, scored 2 runs. First pitch. Strike at the letters, 0-1. Tied at 14 in the top of the 7th. Base is empty and 2 out for the Fargo Bombers. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Thompson took the first game today 5-0 to force this game. The 0-2, swing and a miss. And a 1-2-3 inning. Third strikeout for Aaron Chemis here in relief. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Thompson just needs a run. We're tied at 14 on the Culligan Water of Hillsboro scoreboard. We're back. Bottom of the 7th. Thompson just needs a run to win this ball game and move on to the state tournament. Fargo Bombers very much would like Thompson to go scoreless this inning and force extra innings, but seems like it's hard to contain either of these teams in this ball game. They just keep on scoring. Although the Bombers did go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the 7th inning. Thompson brings up big part of the order coming up, 2, 3, 4. Zach Kavit, Randy Searstead, and Tyler Chemis. Zach Kvitt in this ballgame 3 for 4, 3 singles, 2 runs scored. He's now playing in left field. And a deep fly ball way back, gone! And that's it. Thompson's your section champions on one swing of the bat. Zach Kvitt hits a home run. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. Final score, Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. Thompson 15, Fargo Bombers 14. Thompson moves on to the state tournament in Bottineau. And Zach Kvitt with the walk-off home run on 1 pitch, being mobbed by his teammates at the plate. We'll be back and wrap this one up here on the VW Motors of Cooperstown post-game report in 2 minutes.
For Thompson, they come up with 15 runs on 20 hits. They had 2 errors and left 5 on base. The Fargo Bombers had 14 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors, and they stranded 9. Bombers would take a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. A leadoff single by Justin Fahey, then a 2-run homer by Spencer Wolf. They would increase it to 3-0 in the third. They'd score an unearned run. Spencer Wolf reached on a single by Zach Broughton. An error on a sacrifice bunt play allowed Brady Kays to reach. Then with 2 outs, Ethan Mathern was hit by a pitch, which drove in a run to make it 3-0. Thompson would take a 6-3 lead in the bottom of the third as they would bat around. A grand slam home run in the inning for Brian Searstead. RBI single for Brandy Searstead, and RBI single for Tyler Chemis. And that made it 6-3. 2 runs for the Bombers in the fourth to cut it to 6-5. Andy Fisk reached on an error. Hit by pitch for Justin Fahey, a walk to Spencer Wolf, and then a 2-run single for Brady Kays. Thompson would come back with 5 runs to make it 11-5 in the fourth. And there was a 2-run homer hit by Tyler Chemis, a solo homer for Aaron Chemis, plus a 2-run double for Randy Searstead, and it was 11-5. Back come the Bombers. They score 5 times in the fifth inning, which would make the score tied at 11. No, make it 11-10, excuse me. And in the inning, Brady Kays hit a home run, and Spencer Wolf would hit his second home run of the game, a grand slam. That made it 11-10. Then in the top of the sixth, 4 runs for the Fargo Bombers. Another grand slam for Spencer Wolf as he hits 3 homers on the day, finishes of 10 RBIs. That would put the Bombers up 14-11. Thompson would tie it in the bottom of the sixth. A leadoff single by Randy Searstead. He got caught in a rundown later in the inning for an out. Tyler Chemis a single. Aaron Chemis reached on a fielder's choice. That's where the rundown occurred. RBI ground out for Dave Swadlowski, an RBI single for Brian Searstead, and an RBI single for Casey Nelson. Tie it at 14, and then in the seventh, first pitch he sees in the bottom of the seventh, Zach Kvitt hits one out, and Thompson's your winner, 15-14. We'll check the pitching totals. Aaron Chemis will be the winner. Dave Swadlowski started. He went 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned, struck out 1, and he hit a batter. Tyler Chemis would pitch 2 innings. He also would face 2 batters in the sixth. 6 hits, 8 runs, 7 were earned. He walked 4, struck out 2. He threw a wild pitch and hit a man. So 2 innings for Aaron Chemis. He would give up 1 hit, no runs.
No, he gave up 3.
That's right, he gave up 3 runs. 3 runs given up by Aaron Chemis. That's correct.
All earned.
And all those were earned. He walked 4 and would strike out 3. Also was charged with a balk, but Aaron Chemis does get the win. For the Bombers, Ryan Messerschmidt started, went 3 1/3, 12 hits, 10 runs. They were all earned. He walked 1, struck out 1. Mike Wyatt went 2/3 of an innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk. And then Brady Kays will take the loss. 3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. They're all earned, and he struck out 1. Thompson 26-14, I believe, is what they'll take to state. and the Bombers will finish up at 44-16. Both teams, I tell you what, they battled back and forth throughout the game. We had 8 home runs, was it, Craig, in this game?
4 for each side. Just unbelievable. Very entertaining game because after those first 2 innings, who would have thought we would have seen that barrage of home runs?
Yeah, it started out really slowly. The first game, Thompson won that 5-0. That was all on home runs. The Chemis boys each won, Tyler a 3-run and Aaron a 2-run shot. And then the fireworks came here in game 2. So that's how it is. Thompson will go to state now for the 4th straight time as they'll be off to Bottineau to start play on Wednesday, and against who and when I do not know. Player of the game selections. Well, for Thompson, Brian Searstead, he was the guy that got the meal. He had a huge game. He was 4 for 4, including the Grand Slam home run and an RBI single. He drove in 5. Also, we're going to go with Tyler Chemis, who was 3 for 4, drove in 3, another home run. Zach Kavit had the game-winning home run, and he had 4 hits in the game, scored 3 times. And Aaron Chemis. So those are your players of the game for Thompson. And for the Fargo Bombers, Spencer Wolf, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in, pretty much or almost single-handedly brought the victory home for the Fargo Bombers. Tough loss for them. They played their hearts out, though. But Thompson will move on with the win here tonight. We understand Langdon won up in Grafton, so they'll get a chance to try to repeat their state championship. They won by scores of 9-2 and 3-2 today, or 12-9 and 3-2 today. There we go. So that'll do it. I want to thank our sponsors for helping bring this tournament your way. We couldn't do it without them. We ask you to patronize them. At the very least, stop in and thank them. The folks here in Haddon have done a great job, and thank them for all their hospitality and the food and the pop. Greatly appreciated. Engineer throughout the tournament, Jennifer Keating. Job well done. And again, Mary Keating. Sometimes she gets left back home to have to take care of things there, and we appreciate all that and keep an eye on the station for us. From Hatton, for Craig Keating, I'm Dan Keating.